Pololu's multi-hub wheels are a great wheel to have on hand for use with various motors. The included set of interchangeable collets allow for using the wheels with 4 different types of motor shafts: 3mm round, 3mm D, 4mm round, and 4mm D. This video will show you how to install the wheel on a motor. Each wheel consists of 1 ABS wheel disc, 1 silicone tire, 1 threaded metal collet plate, 3 7mm long M3 screws, and one of the 4 included collets, whichever one is appropriate for your motor. For this video, we'll be using one of our 20D gear motors, which has a 4mm D shaft, so we'll use that collet. First, go ahead and put the tire on your wheel. Now, take your motor and put on the collet plate. Notice that the plate has protrusions on one side. Make sure that these are facing out, and be careful when handling the plate as these protrusions can be sharp. Next, slide the collet onto the motor shaft. Each collet has an embossed digit on one side. Make sure this digit is facing out. I like to make the collet flush with the end of the motor shaft, but it isn't necessary. Then, get your wheel. Note the Pololu logo on one side. You want this facing away from the motor. Go ahead and press the wheel onto the collet. This can be a little tricky if you don't want the collet to slide all the way down the motor shaft. I found pushing the back of the collet into the wheel and then pushing on the collet plate worked best for keeping the collet in position on the motor shaft. Now, as I turn it over, you can see that the collet isn't flush with the wheel yet, which we expect, but the motor shaft is still flush with the collet. Next, make sure the collet plate is lined up with every other hole in the wheel. Then insert the screws. Don't tighten them down right away. You can see here that I've just put the screw in a little bit. Do this for all 3 screws. Once you have all 3 screws in place, go ahead and tighten each one a little bit at a time, being careful not to over-tighten them, as this can strip the threading on the plate. As you do this, the collet moves further and further into the wheel hub, which causes it to cinch down more and more on the motor shaft. For most shafts, the collet will eventually become flush with the wheel. And that's it. You can see on the front the collet is pretty much flush with the wheel, and on the back the plate is flat against the wheel. Keep in mind, if your motor shaft is a little thicker than normal, the collet might not press as far into the wheel, since it will cinch down on the shaft sooner. And if your shaft is a little narrower than normal, you can use a small washer between the collet plate and the collet to let the plate push the collet even further into the wheel, allowing it to cinch down even more.